Luke, I'll start with you up the end there. As the midfield coach now for the GWS and just enjoying a crown. What are your memories of first meeting with Jonathan Brown, and what were your impressions of him?
My first impressions of him, well, wow, what have we got here? He'd come to the club, big strapping kid from South Warrnambool, had played senior football, so he definitely had this real presence about him that we got to enjoy over the 15 years he played. But I reckon my one memory early days was we had a golf day. I think it was down at one of the resort courses on the Gold Coast, and during the day it got a little bit rowdy, and a golf cart got written off. So a bit of damage to one of the golf carts, and sort of everyone come into the club on the Monday, and sort of nothing was talked about. Everyone sort of thought we were going all right, and then Lee comes in, and you know, as Lee does, he's pretty intimidating. He came in and he said, "Rightio, I want you blokes to own up straight away." And at this stage, Brownie had come to the club for a pre-season because Graham Allen obviously knew his family and was looking to take him father-son the following year. So he was a 17-year-old. He wasn't even on the list. He was the youngest player in the group. And Lee said, "Rightio, boys, own up. Who was it that rode off the golf cart?" And the shock everyone had when the young 17-year-old up the back of the room put his hand up, who wasn't even on the list, and all the boys had a bit of a laugh over that. I don't know whether Brownie's fixed him up for that golf cart yet, but
I doubt if he even
that
had
was
a driver's
my earliest
license.
impression. It was a pretty good one.
By what you're saying, and I'll ask Luke and Simon, who were there so many times, what was he like at training?
His work ethic was second to none. He used to run with the midfielders. Like, that's how big his tank was and how hard he worked. And I don't think naturally he was a gifted runner, but he used to run with the midfielders and run past us a lot of the time too. So his work ethic was second to none. And you know, as a player, like when you used to come out of the middle, it was just amazing. Like, we talk about connection with our players today when we coach the midfielders and having connection with forwards, but you come out on your left side. I didn't come out on my right too much, but I could probably come out on both, he'll tell you. But Brownie was just there. Like, it was like, Acker will talk about the service, but Brownie just knew how to lead. He knew his teammates. He knew what each one of them did. He was just an ultimate professional, and that was because of his work ethic. And you know, beside that, he was also a massive part of the culture and a player that kept the group very close together.
In closing, Luke, Simon and Jason, you sit on one side of the fence watching guys play footy, and you think, gee, that was a highlight in a match. And, you know, but often the players have a different perspective on what the actual highlight of the match was. Luke, can I ask you a highlight of your football life playing with Jonathan Brown?
My highlight was, and there's a lot of them, there were his marks, there was his game against Essendon at Telstra Dome, there was his game against Carlton when he kicked 10 at the Gabba. And Brownie told this story on the open mic the other night. He actually said that Craig McRae got to speak about him after that grand final, but the concussions are obviously taking their toll because he had the wrong midget left footer. I actually spoke about him, and that was just his presence. And when I used to turn up to a game and I'd played as a forward, he'd always say to me, "Just run your man past me, run your man past me." And as hard as it was for me to walk taller, I'd always be inspired by that, and I'd always drag my man past. But not only that, everyone used to say that Brisbane would not win a premiership until we had a genuine centre-half forward. And not only did we get that in Brownie, but we also got a centre-half forward who had the complete package, and that was footballer, leadership, person. So that was the highlight of my time.
Sums it up pretty well. Well done.